Hey friends, Jill here. Welcome back to Whispering Willow Farm. Today I am here with my friend Sean from Mindful Farmer. You guys see him in a lot of what we're doing. And we have been working on a project now for months in the making. And today's the day we finally get to tell you guys about it. We're super excited, but before we jump into what this project is we've been working on, I kind of wanted Sean to explain to you guys why we chose to partner together and why this project is so important to us.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've been friends. Our two families have been friends for 2 years now.
Yeah.
And met through a farming event, the plant sale. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And one of the things like we've talked about, like when we get together and have dinner, is like this idea of farming in community with each other. And so I've been farming professionally for 5 years. We're out on our own now. And all this time I've been able to see just how many challenges are ahead of beginning farmers, or whether you're homesteading or gardening. There's just a lot of challenges of trying to do it all on your own.
Yeah.
And so, you know, that was part of the conversation that we've had is like, if you farm in community, whether you have two separate farms, you can still share knowledge.
Absolutely.
And we do work days on each other's farms and be able to like help each other. And it's just so great to put heads together and hands together to really accomplish something great on your land. And so that's really what brought about this project we've been working on. It's just the excitement of like farming in community, and then being able to take that knowledge, that shared knowledge, that learned knowledge, and be able to disseminate that and to share that with folks. So what I've kind of seen coming from the farming world is that there's a big wealth of knowledge, but it's usually pretty technical, and it's kind of not very approachable for people that are just starting out.
Yeah.
And so what we wanted to do is figure out a way to get information in an affordable way and a really approachable way for beginning gardeners and homesteaders and farmers.
So I really appreciate what you said about farming and community. You guys know that's something that I preach on my channel. I will continue to preach on my channel. One, because there's value in doing things with the community, but two, it's fun. I mean, like I can go outside and weed beds by myself, and that is a very boring task. Or I can have a friend there, or Nathan helps me, and then it's fun, right? We're able to dream together. We're able to spitball. Creativity happens when you're kind of bouncing those ideas off of each other. And so
even people challenging each other.
Right.
Like, why are you doing it that way?
Right. And then maybe have a better way to do it that we didn't know about. And so there's a lot of growth that can happen when you farm and garden and homestead in community, and even just allowing someone else to come to your space to learn. And so you are kind of sharing my space, but I'm learning from your knowledge, and it's really like just this beautiful thing to where we're both benefiting. And now that we have a place where we're able to teach someone, I feel like that was really kind of our calling. It's like, we're really passionate about this thing. We really want to bridge that gap. So you guys know I have found this love for cut flowers, and it has really kind of just evolved over the last year or so. Sean has been growing cut flowers professionally for years, and so we kind of partnered together and wanted to do this thing that I feel so good about. Because one, you have to know a thing before you can teach a thing. And so I've spent the last year kind of diving in and like gaining knowledge and experience on my end, and then we want to just streamline it for some of you who may have been watching our journey and you want to take part and do this. And so what we have created, what we've been working on, is a mini course, and it is the Beginning Blooms mini course. It is all about the summer cutting garden, which is exactly what you need to be thinking about right now. We are in fall, we're getting into winter. This is when you have to prepare for your summer cutting garden, and vice versa for the winter. And so I kind of want you to like just break down what's involved in this course. It's a lot. Just know that like this is the first of many things we are doing. This is a very real way that our families are partnering together. So this is something that you're going to see us continue to do in the future. I have done a course in the past, and that is kind of the direction that we're trying to move to, is just put out these courses where you have all the information together. It's applicable, it's affordable, it's valuable. And so I'm super excited if you want to just kind of dive in what all is going to be available.
Yeah. So one of the things, I guess, when we were putting the course together too, that like we talked about is like specifically with cut flowers, because I think you'd grown flowers before.
Yeah.
But you kind of had them segregated in your mind. You're like, there's a flower garden and a vegetable garden, right?
Yes.
And so one of the things that we want to show, like in the course, but also what Jill's doing here on her farm, is that they're very much integrated. In this tunnel, we got cabbages next to snapdragons. And that can actually be really important for helping diversify your farm, improve your soil by changing out the different types of plants that are going into that soil. So if you're thinking cut flowers or vegetable gardens, I say both are really important.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so in the course, you know, the approach that we're taking is one of doing it naturally in terms of how we're producing these flowers. Flowers can be a really dirty product that is shipped from all over the world.
Yeah.
These really harsh chemicals, really terrible pesticides. And so the approach that we want to have is one of natural flower growing. So that's kind of the overall view of this. But we also want to make it really scalable. So if you're just wanting to put a small little flower garden, you can do that and you're going to get a lot out of this course. If you're also thinking about taking flowers to market, maybe you've already even started in the past year or two, you're still going to get a lot out of this and learn how to scale up that operation. So we try to make it really broad and be able to impact you the most. So the content that you're going to be receiving when you sign up for the mini course will be in a number of different ways. Video content, also PDFs. I really find that's helpful.
Very helpful.
To have those PDFs to reference back really quickly. Know, am I on schedule? When's the right time to start these seeds? What are the common pests? So those you'll receive. There's just over a dozen PDFs that you'll receive. And then I guess the other way you'll be receiving information is in a live Q&A.
Yeah.
And so we really want, you know, we said farming in community, it's what our two families are doing.
Right.
We want to extend that community to you guys, this learning community, to where we can stay in touch, the Q&As, you know, being able to...
Yeah, and I think the whole idea is that we are better together than we are on our own. And that is really what I think we have found is like he was really trying to achieve this farm thing for his family, and I was trying to achieve this farm thing for my family. And although one day that's where we'll be, I'll have my farm and you'll have your farm, we found that we're better doing this together. We're better doing this with you guys together.
Yeah,
and if we can kind of just adapt that mindset of like, we don't have to do this on our own, and we may all have our own individual farms or gardens or homesteads, but we're still learning in community together, and that's really valuable. And so there is a lot of content. We are going to have that live. It's a 2-hour live Q&A, so any questions you have throughout this course, we're really encouraging you guys to jot that down, you know, in notes. That way you can bring it to that live Q&A. But one thing that we're going to do that is going to be a bit different is we are only going to have this course available for the month of November. So you can order it from November 1st to November 30th. We're going to close the course, open up that live Q&A, and then the course will not be available again for another 3 months. So it will be opened up every 3 months. So if you want in on it, get in on it in November, or you're not going to get it again until, you know, the spring. And so we think that by doing that, we have our group of students that we can really kind of interact with. If y'all have questions or emails, like we're able to engage more than if we left it open and had a really large number continuously. It kind of allows us to have that one-on-one connection and really cater that the student taking this course is going to get everything they need out of it, and that we have the time and the access to be able to cater that need.
Yeah. And also, we really didn't want folks that if we're taking the summer cutting garden course and you're midsummer trying to take the course, you're probably going to run into problems trying to react to things that have already happened.
Absolutely.
So, like, you know, anytime you're farming, you're always a minimum 6 months ahead in terms of your planning.
Yeah.
Ideally, a year ahead. You already know what you're going to do, how you're going to grow, what you need. And so that's also the reason for this kind of scheduling, is we get the cohorts of students and the community questions all kind of coming in at the same time, and then also to help keep you on schedule with
where you need to be. Absolutely. So that's what we've been working on. We're so excited. It is available now to purchase. There will be the link down in the description. We have put this on a teachable platform, which is very much set up like a school schedule. It is our families. You guys can hop on there, hear about our journey. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments or shoot us an email. But we're excited to learn and grow with you guys.
Yeah.